Hi, everybody. My name is Leanne McGroary, and you are listening to Hank Jr. on Hank's Corner.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Hank's Corner. You know who I am, Hank Jr., part of Hank Jr. Productions, where I'm documenting life's moments through photography, videography, podcasting, and now I get to say in print because we have that magazine that's going for publication, and it should be coming back to me very soon, so be sure to get your issue on that. But here on Hank's Corner, as you know, we spotlight incredible music artists, hear their stories, and share the music that inspires us. And sometimes I'd love to go all over the world to find these artists, but sometimes I get to look right in my backyard to find one. And we got one here in Florida. Please welcome to the podcast, Leanne McGroary.
Thank you for having me.
So, Leanne, tell the audience where you are calling in from.
I am currently in Tampa, Florida. I've been here for about 5 years, but I am originally from just outside of Philadelphia. So I grew up there. I went to school there. But now I've been in Florida for the last 5 years, staying in Tampa pretty much. So
Yeah, so those that follow me know that we actually have multiple things in common already.
Yeah.
Of course, my corner is in the Tampa Bay area, and I haven't been on the Pennsylvania side of the Delaware Valley, but I spent a lot of years across the Walt Whitman Bridge there in Haddon Township. So, I saw that you had a picture back on your social media of you going for Eagles. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm a Philly fan. Yeah. So we definitely have a lot in common, but welcome to the Tampa Bay area, even though it's been 5 years. And, what are your thoughts on Tampa versus Philly?
Oh my gosh. I mean, obviously, I love being home with my family and friends, but Tampa has been so great. I originally only planned on being here for about a year, and then here we are 5 years later. There has been so much great opportunity. I've met the most amazing people. Just even in the past 6 months, things have been just so crazy and awesome. So it's only up from here. I love being here, to be honest.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay is kind of like Nashville in certain ways, where it kind of like when you get there, it kind of like ropes you in, and then you're like, I don't want to leave.
Oh, absolutely. It was honestly between Tampa or Nashville when I decided I wanted to move, but Tampa, I think, is a good starting point for me. Maybe we'll get to Nashville eventually.
Yeah, and now that because I know you've been to Nashville a few times. I've seen you, posting about that, and obviously you played in the Philadelphia area and other places. But getting to see those different, environments, compare and contrast the music, atmosphere in those three places.
Oh my gosh, it's so wild. I actually wasn't really aware of how big the music scene in Tampa actually is. I think it took me a good year here to realize that everywhere pretty much has live music and there's a lot of connections to make. And once you start advocating for yourself, it's really kind of a small circle, and we all really support each other and we all play together here and there, and it's pretty awesome. I don't think I really grasped that when I was living at home in Philly. Like, I think I was just kind of doing my thing and wasn't really thinking that it would go anywhere. And then when I moved down to Florida, I was like, okay, let's get it going. I would really love to start playing live. I would love to start meeting new people. And it just, it kind of takes one other person to advocate for you to really get your foot in the door. And then you really have to, continuously hype yourself up. I feel like every artist would say that, you have to advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
And Nashville really, I mean, I have not really tried that hard in Nashville. I've weaseled my way up on a stage here and there.
Weaseled your way.
I really have. I'm like, oh, I can sing. Maybe I can get up for a song. And people have been great. People have really let me do that, which has been awesome. So, but mostly Tampa is where I've kind of grasped the music scene.
Yeah, and from my perspective, at least I'm going to compare Tampa and Nashville, is that, Nashville, obviously, it's all about country. There's some rock there, but it is basically, country driven, country pop driven, that sort of thing. And in the Tampa Bay area, it is a little bit more diverse. You do have your country spots, and you do have your rock and roll spots, and you do have a lot of hip hop in certain areas as well, that maybe you don't see in the other spots. But talking about Nashville, I saw you, the pictures at least on the Sunset Rodeo there here in
Oh, yeah.
Tampa. And I didn't get to make it out to the show because I was traveling. But Sunset Rodeo is the way they designed that place. It's really cool. They bring Nashville to Tampa.
They really do. And first of all, I love live music in general. It doesn't really matter what kind of genre it is. But just being in a Nashville style country scene is just where I feel the most at home. So I love it there.
Yeah, definitely. And, hopefully being that you're this close, I got to get to see you pretty soon. A lot of artists that I have on here, it's going to be a lot difficult because I got to fly. I got to, make arrangements, whatever it may be. But you're in my backyard. And I know the month of August, you got a lot of places that you're playing in the area. You're going to Orlando for Old Red. And you're going to be at Welcome to the Farm, which over there in St. Pete, another great place that brings kind of like Nashville here. So you're going to be all over. So be sure to check that out if you guys are in the Tampa Bay area. I want to talk about your latest song, Burning Bridges. Tell us a little bit about that, how that came about, and that the style of the song.
Yeah, okay. It was really different. That was the first time that I've ever kind of ventured into that sort of collaboration. I love this song. It is so fun. It is so edgy. It's just everything that we wrote, it's all true, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted something fun. I wanted something upbeat. I wanted something that a girl could relate to. And Rackabando, he is the artist that I collaborated with. The way we met each other, I was bartending and I was just chatting to him he was on the other side of the bar, and we decided, oh, we're both artists. He goes, you know what, let's just get in the studio. And I said, I'm not really in the position to just, why turn things down? Let's see where this can go. And it was so fun. It only took us a few hours and it was just so great. I told him exactly where I wanted to go with it. We started it from scratch, and his verse is really, really cool because I feel like it was a very personal situation to me. And I feel like what he did with his verse was awesome. It was kind of the guy's version of what I felt. And it was just it was awesome. I don't really know how to further get into it, but I love that song. It is so fun.
I can definitely see that collaboration worked, and you played off each other really well. And it's hard to tell when you get a final product if that was the case actually when you guys created this and in the studio, that sort of thing. But it definitely comes out really great. And let's go ahead and play Burning Bridges here on Hank's Corner.
Heartbreaks will swallow my heart.
And that was Burning Bridges by my special guest, Leanne McGroary. I'm Hank Jr., and we're having a good time, keeping it actually local this time on the podcast. And the second section, I always love to get to know a little bit more about the artist and, find out their history, their likes, the people that inspired them. But first thing that I do is play a little game called Two Truths and a Lie. People at home love this. They like to chime in and tell me when they get it right. But I don't know if you played this before, Leanne, but it's real simple. Basically, you'd give me three statements, two of them being true, one of them not being true, be the lie, and any order that you want. And by the end of the show, I won't ask too many questions to try to give it away, but I'll have to figure it out by the end of the show. If you're interested, I would love to play.
All right, let's do it.
All right, give me your three statements.
Okay, my three statements. I first want to start off by saying that I speak two languages. Okay. Got it. Number one. Number two, I visited 4 countries last year, which is pretty cool. And then number 3, I was on the radio in Ireland.
Okay, so I got to figure out whether or not you speak 2 languages. And, I've gotten to the point now that I realize sometimes you artists can be a little tricky, because just because you say you speak two languages doesn't mean necessarily fluently. So I got to be careful with that. Visited 4 countries last year, and once again, it could have been 3, could have been 5, and this is tricky. But the one that is going to be a yes or no for sure is that you were on the radio in Ireland. But that doesn't say on whether or not you were being interviewed or playing music. I don't know. And you talk about being in other countries and being on the radio. And, I've never really told anybody this on the podcast, but many, many years ago, doing a mission trip down in Peru, I was actually asked to come on and talk a little bit about the mission trip. And like I said, I don't have a voice for radio, that sort of thing. But I went there and had to actually do it in Spanish. And I'm sure I'm sure they probably thought, like, who is this American guy that can't speak the language well? But I got through it. It's about a 10-minute interview about what we were doing in Spanish. And so I don't know. Did you repeat that? We'll have to find out. But let's take it back. So you're growing up in the Pennsylvania area. At what point did music start to interest you, and then when did that change to be like, hey, I this is more than just entertainment to me. I really want to pursue it.
I mean, everyone in my family is pretty musical. My parents can sing. My sister can sing. She doesn't like to admit it, but she can sing. I have cousins that are musicians. I have uncles that are musicians. So I really grew up on that. And the reason that I love country music so much is because my dad, there was always this one CD stuck in his truck, and it was Alan Jackson. Yes. I grew up on Alan Jackson and the Reba Duets album. I'll never forget the Reba Duets album, because those were the 2 that we always used to listen to. So, I did theater in high school, and over COVID, I worked with someone to do these like online kind of cabarets. We would just reach out to a bunch of local artists, and just everyone would submit some videos, and it was just a fun thing to do for people on a Friday night. We would live stream it, and that was just something to do over COVID. When I moved down to Florida, though, I get so fixated when I'm at a concert or live music, or even in Nashville, and I'm always looking up, and I'm like, man, I really wish that was me.
She was convinced if she got up there that she'd be discovered someday.
And then I really just I would just ask around when I moved down here about how to get into like starting to perform live. Who do I talk to? Who do I meet? How do I collaborate with people? I hopped onto a Facebook group to reach out to, local guitarists or drummers or anything to kind of get it going. And then I was waitressing.
I was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. That much is true.
And one of my managers was like, oh, I heard that you can sing. Would you like to start singing here on a Wednesday night? And I was like, you know what? I would love that. But I was so nervous. My very first performance was so awful. Like,
oh no.
It was like I was off key. The cord fell out of the microphone. Like, it was just not great. But I never really thought it could go anywhere. I was just like, man, I have a regular gig in a bar. People want to come see me sing, and that's great. And then the more connections that I started to make and the more that I would kind of go out and, talk to the staff, hey, how do I get in here? That's when things really started to kick off and I started to meet some really great people through just all of the local performing, and it's been awesome. It's been really, really great.
Yeah, that's great. And I'm sure you did better than what you thought there on stage. I mean,
I'm
obviously,
always my own worst enemy when it comes to that. I will tell you that.
yeah, I mean, obviously, other people see things in you, and that's why they want you to perform, and that's great. And you mentioned that you really enjoy, going to concerts. I do too. Of course, nowadays it gets harder and harder to afford the more popular concerts. But who are some of the people? I know you said that your dad had the Reba and Alan Jackson the strike, but who are some of the people that influenced you growing up? And do you ever let that influence you as far as the way you write in style, or you pretty much, hey, I'm going to do my own thing?
I think growing up, it was very much Alan Jackson, Reba, Carrie Underwood. I really, really love the female artists. Like I'm such a huge fan of some of the girls that have been like up and coming lately. Ella Langley is a huge influence. Ashley Cook has been my all-time favorite for years now. I really love her writing style.
Mhm.
And Avery Anna. Those are probably my top three that I'm really, really listening to on repeat. I love their songs. I love the lyrics because I am such a lyrics girl. I feel like Ashley Cook is when I first started to be like, oh my gosh, I feel like I talked to her and she wrote the song exactly about my life. Like that's what I really kind of strive for, is the relatability of certain songs. Like even on my social media, I love these up and coming artists. I get so locked in on some of their lyrics, and then I start to follow them and see what else they like to put out and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm a big lyrics girl. So those are probably the three that I've really locked in on in the last few years.
Yeah, that's great. And I will say that, I follow all of those that you mentioned, and they do a great job. And you're right. They have some great lyrics. And one of the things that I'm curious about as far as your songwriting, how much of it do you take from a personal aspect, or how much do you just kind of, I want to write something good, or is it a combination of both?
I'm gonna be honest. I really, really love to write things that relate to me. It's a lot of what I go through that I like to pour into my music. A lot of it, what I've been doing since I kind of started being an artist, I do a lot of co-writes. I'm still learning. Like, it's only been a few years. I'm still learning how to write. I'm still trying to figure out how to use my voice. But a lot of the people that I work with have been so great. We call it like our therapy sessions. I'll go in and say, listen to what's been happening to me lately. But we try to write it in a way that we feel like other people can relate to it. As much as we want to write a good song, we also want it to be relatable. So I bring in a lot of my own experiences, because the more that I listen to music, other people's music, I realize that a lot of people are going through the same thing as me. So I really try to bring in personal experiences to the music.
When did you start writing your own material? And do you remember the first song, or maybe even part of a song, that you ever wrote?
I want to say the first time I really locked in on trying to write a song was my very first song that I released, Stupid to Think. And we all go up from our very first song, but I sat down with my roommate at the time, and he's an artist as well. He does like kind of R&B, like rap and stuff. And we sat down and we were like, let's just like kind of joke around and see where we go with this. That's the first time that I really tried to lock in, and we brought it into the studio. And at that time, the producer helped a lot with the lyrics. So it was very much a big collaboration, because it was my first song that I tried to write, but I knew what I wanted to say. I just didn't really know how to say it,
Yeah, well, that's perfect time for us to go ahead and play Stupid to Think here on Hank's Corner.
I'd be stupid to think you mean what you said. Told me you love me while we're lying in bed. I don't know, maybe it's just all in my head. Guess I'm crazy. Oh baby, I'm stupid to think you mean what you say. When you call me all throughout the day, you're too good at the games that you play. Guess I'm crazy. Oh baby, I'm stupid to think. Disappointed how things worked out. Words that you said, what you told me, got my hopes up just to let me down. Forgive me for thinking that you wanted me after the way that you treated me. I'm so confused, was I just being used? Am I really that easy to lose? I'd be stupid to think you mean what you said. Told me you love me while we're lying in bed. I don't know, maybe it's just all in my head. Guess I'm crazy, oh baby, I'm stupid to think you mean what you say. When you call me all throughout the day, you're too good at the games that you play. Guess I'm crazy, oh baby, I'm stupid to think. Glad you couldn't make up your mind. Thought I was the only one. Broke down my walls, now they're 10 feet high, and you're on the other side. What in the world did I see in you? Who do you think that you are? Breaking my heart, wish I knew from the start. No wonder we fell apart. I'd be stupid to think you mean what you said. Told me you love me while we're lying in bed. I don't know, maybe it's just all in my head. Guess I'm crazy, oh baby, I'm stupid to think you mean what you say. When you call me all throughout the day, you're too good at the games that you play. Guess I'm crazy, oh baby, I'm stupid to think you mean what you said. Told me you love me while we're lying in bed. I don't know, maybe it's just all in my head. Guess I'm crazy, oh baby, I'm stupid to think you mean what you say. When you call me all throughout the day, oh you're too good at the games that you play. Guess I'm crazy, oh baby, I'm stupid to think.
And that was Stupid to Think by my special guest, Leanne here. I'm Hank. We're having a good time. And, as a photographer and a videographer, I noticed some of the things. And that's why I bring up some of the stuff on social media that I've seen. And, I know that you've got a lot of great pictures and that you work a lot with Shots by Taylor Lindy's. Tell me a little bit about that collaboration.
My girl Taylor, I love her. She is so amazing. I reached out to her a while ago about, well, I wanted to get some new photos. I used to be a blonde. I was using those photos to promote myself forever. And I said, it's time to get some new material. And I reached out to her because she did a photo shoot for a friend of mine. And we got together and it was the easiest going collaboration I've ever done. I feel so comfortable with her as a photographer. She is so amazing. She's gotten some amazing, I still use her shots from years ago to promote myself. She's really great. She makes you feel very comfortable when you're shooting and she's just fun to be around. And honestly, I was going to reach out to her today for some more photos. She's really awesome.
Yeah, and so she's in the Tampa Bay area, and I'm not like other photographers, videographers, where like I gotta hone in on stuff. So if you are in the Tampa Bay area and for whatever reason you don't want to choose me, go ahead and choose Taylor because she's definitely a great photographer, and I'm not afraid to promote stuff. Now, I also want to go back and because this kind of correlates. You do a little bit of the photography, sometimes videos, and you talked about theater. How much do you really enjoy getting into character, whether it's a photo shoot or a video, or even back in the day when you used to do the actual theater?
Photo shoots to me are a little bit more intimate. Like that makes me a little bit nervous until you find somebody like Taylor who brings out your personality and she makes it so fun for you and she makes you feel so comfortable. Theater, it was a little bit easier for me. I was never really the main character, as kind of the background girl. So it was fun for me to just show up with an audience, give a one-liner here and there and people would laugh. I think I really thrive on like being with a band because it is so fun for me to kind of like dance around, interact with the crowd, vibe with the band. And it's easier for me to kind of get into character for a photographer or videographer when I can run around like that on the stage. Those are kind of my easier moments. It's those more intimate moments that I get a little bit nervous. You know, even if it's like just me solo guitar on the stage, like I get nervous for those too.
Sure. Yeah, I get that. And, sometimes people find a way to escape, being a character. And then sometimes, like you said, it could be a little bit nerve wracking.
Mhm.
And, it's pretty cool that, come September, as long as things don't change, my wife and I'll be working up there in New York City, and my wife's going to come visit me. And anytime I get to work up there, we always go out to see the Broadway shows.
Oh
And
yeah.
are you into that kind of theater? And what's some of your favorite shows that you enjoy?
I love the theater. Unfortunately, it's been years since I've seen a show, but I do love the theater. One of my favorite musicals is Legally Blonde. I love it. Love it. It's just such a fun show, but I have seen so many great things. Like I love Rent and, Grease and Footloose are classics that are so great. I was in New York a while ago and I really wanted to see The Outsiders, but I unfortunately didn't have any time. But I have the whole soundtrack memorized. I've never even seen the show, but I do love the theater. Unfortunately, just been a long time since I've seen a show.
Yeah, and Tampa, well, Tampa is really good. First of all, for the shows that they have as well. Downtown Tampa, there's this place called the Strass Theater for those who know that. And it's traveling Broadway. The funny thing is though that it seems to be that you can get cheaper tickets though in New York City than you can
Yeah,
here in Tampa. So
it's
honestly,
strange.
we don't get to see a lot of shows here in Tampa, but there's a lot of ones that are coming out this upcoming season that we really want to see. So I may have to just save up and then just splurge, but there's a lot of good ones coming out.
I agree with you. I'm gonna have to look it up and buy those tickets way in advance because I did see that there were so many shows coming to the Strass that I'm really excited about. So I'm gonna have to make sure I'm on top of that for sure.
Yeah, and well, let's go ahead and play Ricochet. And when we come back, we're going to have some more fun.
Maybe I'm the one to blame. Light me up, far away. Smile as you take your aim. 'Cause I am unashamed. Damn, this target on my heart should be bulletproof, but it's got scars. I've learned the hard way to break away before the ricochet. Take me as I am, as I am, with a 38 special and a quick hand. I don't wanna turn and hide, take cover or close my eyes. Words are like a loaded gun, you won't catch me on the run. Warning shots ain't in my head, should be bulletproof from all you said. I've learned the hard way to break away before the ricochet. Take me as I am, as I am, with a 38 special and a quick hand. Ready, aim, fire, I surrender straight to the heart. Pull that trigger. Call it a lesson learned. Take me as I am, as I am, with a 38 special and a quick hand. sweet special in a quick hand.
And welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. here with Leanne McGroary, Tampa Bay extraordinaire, but don't forget that she's from the Philadelphia area as well. So that makes her double Leah special. And, can't wait to see what the Eagles are going to be doing this year. So a lot of changes going on, and it could be a good thing, could be, we'll see. So definitely looking forward to that. But before we move forward into the rest of it, I got to go back and go to the two truths and a lie. So earlier, you gave me 3 statements. You said that you speak 2 languages, you visited 4 countries last year, and that you were on the radio in Ireland. And so, I don't know if I'm going to get this right. I try to do my research as a podcaster before I go on, but I could be messing this up. But from what I remember with the research is that I know that you have an Irish connection, and so and I like that too, because my wife's Irish, and we got to go to Ireland back in 2008, and we keep saying that we're going to go back one day, and we still haven't. So that's definitely a possibility, and that counts as one country if you do that. So I believe that you've been to other countries as well. So I'm going to just go ahead and go with my gut and say that you have been on the radio in Ireland. You visited 4 countries, but that you don't speak 2 languages. How did I do?
Good job. That was great. That was right. I
Nice. So
struggled so hard with the lie ones because I'm like, I don't even know where I'm going to go with this.
yeah, we talked off air. A lot of times artists try to make like this perfect, 2 truths and a lie, and it's not really supposed to be anything, stressful. It's just supposed to be fun. But I did kind of see that you were traveling, and I did kind of cheat a little bit, and I wrote down the countries that you had visited. But tell us about that.
Oh my gosh, I love traveling. Well, first of all, I go to Ireland every single year because both of my
Lucky
parents,
you.
yeah, it's really the dream, honestly. Both of my parents are from Ireland. So we've been lucky enough as kids to we've been going every year. We're so close with our families. I'm actually headed back on Sunday for a week and a half.
Oh,
I know
wow.
that was very spontaneous, but yeah, so that's just another thing that I grew up on that helped, that kind of really made me love country music, because I love the Irish country. I love Irish traditional music. I love regular country music. And now American country music is becoming very, very big over there as well. So it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. So getting on the radio over there, that was a really cool opportunity. This was way, way back. I hadn't released any other music but Stupid to Think. And my uncles knew some of the guys at this station, and I was lucky enough to get on there, and I performed Ricochet before I ever released it, and answered a couple questions, and it was great.
Yeah, that's so cool. And those that have been following me for a while, like I said, we're already on episode 178. So we've been doing this for a little while now, and it's been a long time. But back in the beginning, I had gotten a little bit of collaboration work with an internet radio station out of Ireland called Down the Road. And my friend Mr. Gleason over there was really instrumental in helping building my brand. And, he took early on to start playing some of my podcast episodes over there. And you're right. They love the American, country music. And, if you really think about it, the true Irish, although sometimes it may sound a little bit different, the storytelling and the way the original country was is very, very similar, the country and Western type stuff here. So I don't know why I would be surprised that it was, but I was, and come to find out, yeah, you're right. They do share a lot of those same likes. But what about the other countries you visited? You got 3 more to name.
Yeah, well, that was just last year. I've been to a lot of places. I've been very, very lucky. A few years ago, I went to Greece, and I was in Mexico. And then I did, last year, I was in Austria, Slovakia, and the Czech Republic, and Portugal, actually. So that one was really cool.
Wow.
So yeah, it was all over the place. That one, it was kind of a little bit of a solo trip. My cousin was studying abroad. I visited him. I have a friend that lives in Portugal. I visited her. So that one was another kind of last minute, I have this free time. Let's just go see what I can do with it. And it was awesome. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to follow your social media a little closer so I can live vicariously through all these places that you have gone to. And you said you don't speak another language, but given the opportunity, what language would you like to have as a second language?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Well, my older sister speaks fluent Spanish. Um, and I don't, unfortunately, even though my parents are from Ireland, don't really know any Gaelic. I think I know how to count to 10. There's really not much I know with that. I don't know. I feel like Spanish would just be very helpful. It's, I think that that would be the one that I would choose to learn.
Yeah, definitely helpful. And I don't speak as fluently as I did when I was younger, but that was the language that I kind of learned as a second language. And if I had the choice myself, I'd like to learn Italian. I think that would be the
Oh
next
yeah.
one. The only thing is, I've heard people speaking Italian and talking to me about. It's very similar to Spanish, so I would have a problem trying to like interchange the words. So I
Yeah,
don't think I would do it too well, but I would love to speak Italian as my third language.
that is true. I did hear that. And actually, my cousin is an Irish teacher, so it would be really cool to know Irish as well. If I started it when I was a lot younger, I probably would be better, but you know.
So for those that are actually watching the video portion of this, you can see that my face has been replaced, and I'm just going to throw my Hank's Corner logo on there, which is probably better because nobody actually tunes in to see my face. But nevertheless, we'll finish this interview as is. And one thing I do want to talk about because uh, I've listened to all kinds of music over my years, and I had gone through like a club dance phase at one point, and I loved when people would take a song that was very popular and then turn it into a dance mix or a club mix, and throw in a little just craziness to it to have some fun. Now you kind of did that with choosing Texas. Tell us a little bit about that.
I did. Well, obviously, Choosing Texas is a song that really, really blew up for everybody. I think, Ella Langley was already on the up, and then this one kind of just everyone really, really started to fall in love with her. I cover it a lot at my shows, but I did meet these guys, this DJ duo group. I think they're out of Nashville, but they're all over the place. If you follow them, they are called Lavish Life, is their duo name. And they reached out and they were like, we really want to do, an EDM version of Choosing Texas. Would you want to do the vocals? Oh, welcome back.
I am back. Yes.
Would you want to do the vocals? I think this could be really fun. And I was so excited about it. I've never done anything like that before. So I recorded the vocals here, in Lakeland. I recorded the vocals, and, my guitar player slash producer Nick, he sent all the vocals over to the guys, and here we have Choosing Texas, and it is so fun. I listened to my own version on repeat. I've been lucky some of the DJs in St. Pete will play it for me. It's really cool. It kind of equally blew up, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked it, and and it doesn't hurt either to have the name of a very popular song to help draw
Right.
people to you. So good, it's a great song. I love it, and we're gonna end the podcast with that. But even before we do that, like I said, I have not had the pleasure yet, and I know I'm going to. Very soon, being that we're so close. But I haven't seen you in person. Haven't got a chance to get a picture of you up on the wall yet. But if somebody were to come out to one of your shows, what should they expect?
Well, we do some really great covers. I love to bring in some like new country. I play solo a lot. I play duo a lot. I will be at Sunset Rodeo on Halloween full band. I will be at All Red in full band in September. So you can see a lot of different versions of me, whichever show you choose to come to. If you go on my Instagram, check out my spotlight. It has my whole schedule lined up there, where I'm going to be, what time I'm going to be there. If you're going to be in St. Pete in November, get your tickets for St. Pete Country Fest, because
Yes.
I've been really lucky to be a part of that this year. Confirmed. So yeah, so a lot of different versions of me you can see, but please come and talk to me. Let's get photos. Let's chat. I do love that part of my shows, to be honest with you.
That's awesome. And you mentioned playing on Halloween. Will you be
Yeah.
dressing up?
I will most definitely be dressing up. I'm not sure if there's going to be a theme yet, but either way, I will be in costume. Halloween's like my favorite time of the year. So that one is going to be a really exciting weekend for me.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So be sure to check out Leanne McGroary all on social medias. Her website's listed down below as well. Be sure to follow her. Tell her Hank Jr. sent you, and if you're in the area, go out and see. Especially that Halloween one's going to be a thriller, let's say. So,
Oh, yeah.
well, Leanne, it was so great having you on the podcast. And if you ever want to be a guest, you're always welcome to.
Thank you for having me. This was so fun.
Just when I thought I got him to fall in love with Tennessee, should've known better than to take him back to Abilene. I put him right back into her arms. Wasn't a match for that kind of spark. She's from Texas, I can tell by the way he's just stepping around the room. Judging by the smile that's written on his face, nothing I can do. It doesn't take a crystal ball to see. Cowboy always finds a way to leave. Drinking Jack all by myself. He's choosing Texas, I can tell. I guess he forgot about the Smoky Mountain rain, the mold hay tunes, the Memphis blues we used to sing. He always loved Amarillo by morning. I should have taken that as a warning. She's from Texas, I can tell by the way he's just stepping around the room. Judging by the smile that's written on his face, nothing I can do. It doesn't take a crystal ball to see. Cowboy always finds a way to leave. Drinking Jack all by myself. He's choosing Texas, I can tell. When I'm eastbound and down and I can't help but cry, 'cause I-40 gets lonelier with every mile. I know that his mind was never gonna change, 'cause his heart still belongs to Lone Star. She's from Texas, I can tell by the way he's just stepping around the room. Judging by the smile that's written on his face, nothing I can do. It doesn't take a crystal ball to see. Cowboy always finds a way to leave. Drinking Jack all by myself. He's choosing Texas, I can tell. Oh, drinking Jack all by myself. He's choosing Texas, I can tell.